Guess who's back? Back again. F2's back. Tell a friend. Welcome everybody to round 5 of our F2 series at JKeSport. We are at Austria tonight. This is always a good one, whether you're racing F1 or F2. I don't know what the difference in times will be between the cars. We have a driver on a 5-race win streak, that is Giorgio Jim. We have Sam Barrett also, who got both fastest laps last week and is in love with this track. You cannot beat him at this track. So that should be a good battle up front. I'm excited. You should be excited. Let's go. Bang on 9 o'clock, that's what we like to say. So we have a one-shot quali, as we have had all season. This should be good. We'll stick with whichever card it gives us, which is usually, I think it's usually Knox. Could be T-Bird, one of those two. We'll stick with whoever it gives us anyway, and we'll watch them all the way around. Let's see what we can get on there. Looks like all dry. Good. Nice and easy. I have lost my well, I can't change anything yet until it loads up, I suppose. There we go. T-Bird. I was right. There we are. We'll stick with T-Bird as they start the lap. There we go. Swapping places as we come into turn 1. T-Bird now flies ahead. Look at that. At the top, Guinnett second, Kaz, Safkov swapping places for 3rd and 4th. Up to turn 2, slight bend, and turn 3, hard right. Good traction there, pulls him back into 1st, but he does drop into 3rd, 2nd. Safkov holding 1st place, coming down this very long straight before another hard right. Let's get... It's not going to show me anything anyway, but let's get all that on. Everybody's on the super softs except for Safkov. That could be a game changer. Good or bad? We shall see. Oh, T-Bird in the Matter Spin car. And it looks like he invalidated and just threw him off. Finish your lap, mate. Come on. You're better than that. Let's go. We'll stick with Safkov then as he comes around the final corner. Giorgio Jim is just ahead. Safkov pulls just ahead. Who's got it? Safkov's got it. There we go. 114.8. Just over a 10th between 1st and 2nd. Keza rounding up the top 3 with a 15.1. Sam Barrett 4th, also 15.1. Sparks in 5th with a 15.2. Ziggs with a 19.2. Rossi Olka with a 19.2. And Kaz was disqualified, so everybody else invalidated. And that is your qualifying. There we go. So Safkov on the soft tyres rather than the super soft does get your pole position for today. 114.8. Safkov. Awesome. Everybody else past 7th place to 14th does disqualify. So I'll give everybody 2 minutes just to sort out any kind of tyre change or fuel amounts, etc, etc. Let me just rewrite that because it looks rubbish. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's just showing off, I think. Although I think you had it there, T-Bird. That was unlucky with the invalidation, but that's it, innit? Using the off tyre, still getting first place. Yeah. Never mind. Race pace is everything anyway. Ooh. Ooh. You might hear me wincing a few times. I've just had a new tattoo come on, and it's in the crease of my elbow. So every time I stretch my arm for a drink, it's pulling a bit. Pens could be a factor. Could be through any race, to be honest, but people tend to push a little bit harder on this track with it being such a short track. A couple of tight rights, and the forget the name of it, but the left after the second tight right is a nightmare corner for myself anyway. So there's a few picked up there as well. There we are. So Spaceman should be the first one to press X. Everybody should watch the stream, and then as soon as you see it on stream, let's go. Although the time should come up anyway. Let's turn my phone on silent so we haven't got biddings. Excuse me. I need to watch France back to get the poll for last week. Didn't write it down. Although to be fair, I didn't write Spain down the week before either. And here we go then. We are off 3, 4, 5 lights down in Austria for our F2 race, and away we go. Ziggs jump starts, gets a drive-through penalty. George Grimm overtakes into the first corner. That looks like Keza losing a bit of wing as well. He did, just lost his end plate. If he can hold it, he needs to hold it. This is usually carnage number 1. Let's have a look at tyres. First, we will go with tyres. We do have a yellow flag with Rusty coming off turn 3. Hopefully there was no bodging and barging, but we will look into that afterwards. So, a bit of a mix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars choosing the super softs, and the rest of them choosing the regular soft tyre. If we go through position change from the beginning, T-Bird is the biggest winner at the minute with 7 spots. That's another yellow. That is Kaz off. That's a reset to track as well, Kaz. We don't allow that. That will be looked into, I'm afraid, pal. Please don't reset to track, whether it's clear or not. George Jim once again ahead. Sparks into the pits. That's got to be a damaged wing, and that's a 5-second penalty as well. Speeding in said pit lane. T-Bird in the pits, Grumpy in the pits. What's crack-a-lacking? He's going to serve 1 penalty by the looks of it, and get a new wing. Grumpy is getting a new wing. No, T-Bird, sorry, is getting a new wing. Grumpy's getting a new wing. Rusty's just come in. He must have lost his wing coming out of that turn 3. Oh, and it's a double stack as well with Grumpy. At least it's a full safety car and they've got a chance to catch up. Puts the race back on. Unfortunately for Ziggs, he can't serve his drive-through either while the safety car is out. And also, I'm pretty sure if you pit in the first 3 laps, it doesn't count and you have to go again. So that will be a 2-stop for those boys there, I think. Everybody at decent distances from each other. The responsibility of the car behind to watch the gaps, not the car ahead to watch the car behind. That's Kaz jumping into the pits now. Is that for a is that for another ring? Oh, you weren't going back down. And I'm back, guys. I just apologise about that. Just speaking to the missus before she goes to bed. We are just waiting for the last 2 cars to catch up. So we'll have one more lap of safety car. Unfortunately, not much to talk about while the safety car's out. Everybody's doing the same thing. There's no racing on the go. Trading places under yellow. What's going on there? There we go. Safety car in this lap. This is for George or Jim to control the pace. Must have had some practice now with his little five race win streak. There are 2 races every week, as we well know, but he has won all of the past 2 weeks, both races, the feature and the sprint for the past 2 weeks, and the sprint from the week before. And now he's ahead again in round 5 in Austria, round the final corner. Foot down, and we're back to green racing. We have George or Jim in first, Keza, his teammate, in second, Sam Barrett right up the exhaust of Keza there, sat in third. Safkov down to 4th, Jalen now in 5th, Spaceman to 6th, Ginnett in 7th, Ziggs in 8th, but has got that drive through. Sparks in 9th, but he does have a 5-second penalty, and we've got a car off. It's Sam Barrett. That doesn't happen very often. Was he touched? Show me on the model car where he touched you, Sam. What happened there, fella? dropped right down to 10th, fighting for 9th with Grumpy. Doesn't look like any damage. Both his end plates are there, his wing is there. Night Flower, see you in the morning. Say night to the daughter. There we go. We're the new fastest lap as well there, George or Jim. If he can keep this pace up, he is pulling away. He's pulling away from his teammate. A little bit of battle there between Safkov and Jalen. Jalen's gone. Oh, again, was that a touch or was that just took it too tight and hit the little sausage? Them super softs don't seem to last long. Although they're doing well for George, so maybe it's not the tyres. There is no damage, which is good, but it's very unfortunate for a spin there. He was up the top. Guinness biggest winner over the last lap, coming up to 4th place. And we've had a yellow there again. Is that Jalen again? I think it was. Kaz gets past T-Bird. That's an awkward place to overtake, but manages to pull it off. So Guinness biggest winner so far with 9 places. And another yellow flag in sector 2. That would be Ziggs having a wobble. Again, no damage. Oh, T-Bird with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's going to go for his mandatory pit stop. Little battle going on between Keza and Safkov. Will stay on air for now. Same tyres, same lap old tyres. Safkov gets the better exit. Goes for the inside. Goes for the outside. Pulls it off around the outside. That would have been a warning there for Keza behind him as well. George or Jim's in a race of his own, isn't he? 2.4 now away from 2nd place. Looks like he'll be keeping his streak going. Can anybody stop him? Is he our Lewis Hamilton of F2? Oh, that could be a game changer. 5 seconds for George or Jim as he comes into the pit lane. He's not going to want to pit again, so that will go on the time at the end. So he's got to do all that overtaking and make up that 5 seconds. He's going to get... Will Spaceman get ahead of him through turn 1? Going to be side by side as they come out. Does look like he just gets ahead. Spaceman obviously on the older tyres, needs to pit still. Jalen should be about ready to come off them super softs. Keza with a 3 second. So at the minute the race is Safkov's. I know he's still got a pit, but no penalties. Everybody behind him still got a pit as well. Getting it with another penalty. And helping himself there. 6 seconds now. Sparks is on 11 seconds. It's going to drop big time. There we go. Called it. Jalen in. Jalen with a 5 second as well. Come on, guys. We know the thing's not on. Spaceman picks up his first penalty. Let's get on Keza. Let's see the behind the Safkov. T-Bird with a new fastest lap. Anything for that extra point? George Jim pulls past Rusty. Spaceman going to do the same. Can Spaceman send one on Rusty? Got to be brave. Rusty with a couple of lockups there by the looks of it. Spaceman sounding quite tentative on the accelerator and brakes, braking that little bit early. I know he's a clean driver. You've got to be brave into there. That'll come up as a corner cut as well. Manages to pull past Rusty. Is he going to keep it? He's kept it. Round turn 2 into turn 3. It's close. Nice take. And good exit there. Just about pulling away. Almost a second. We've got Ziggs out. Final corner. Let's have a look. Virtual safety car. As the cars come round, this is a good time for the people who haven't pit yet to jump in. Virtual will save you some time on your pit stops. Don't know what happened there. Took it too wide and spun maybe. Slow down, Sparks. There we go. Looks like Sparks will serve one of his penalties here. It'll just be a 5-second. Oh. Who's coming as well? Kaz. I saw another car. Rusty's jumping in. Oh. I saw another car with him. Oh, that was close there with Keza and Safkov. He's still under yellows. Watch your deltas. I'm going to try and get down early. The corners will take a lot of time away. There we go. Sam Barrett. It's happened. Speeding under yellow flags. Drive-through penalty. That's his race all but over for a good position. He has made a pit stop as well, so that's not going to be... at least he's not got a pit and do a drive-through, I suppose. So top 3 still have to jump in. The front 2 are staying out. And Ginnett's staying out as well. Rumpy on the 8 lap. Stays out. Cash should stay out as well. George or Jim's got no reason to go in. Spaceman. No, stays out as well. Everybody else has already been in once. Keza's still on the back of Safkov, both with penalties, both with 3 seconds. If Grumpy can pull in just a little bit, he could be the big winner at the end of the race with no penalties so far. Ooh, big wobble there from Keza. Both front runners staying out again. Keza's left the session. I think his internet's gone. If the AI's driving for him, he's going to be a lot slower than he was. He needs to try and get back in. Let's see if we can... let's see if we can get him. Where is he? I don't even know if I've got him. Hello. I do not. Keza, man. Sparks now with the new fastest lap. Let's have a look. We've still got 4 cars still to pit. EA Dubs jumps in again. I think EA pitted too early. Did he pit too early first time? I don't know. Should be alright. Let's go in again. Might as well try for fastest lap, I guess, although maybe the super softs would have been the better choice. So Safkov now jumps in for his pit stop. Ginnett's going to stay out for another. Kez's AI is going to jump in for him. Sam Barrett looks like he's gone in for his drive-through. Naughty, naughty boy. That's the big one. Safkov's going to come out just ahead of Sparks by the looks of it. 4th place. Sparks will have the momentum. Just not enough to get past him. So 4th place. That's a good penalty. Pit stop there from Safkov. Only dropping down 3 places. Ginnett and Grumpy still need to go in by the looks of it. George Jim back up to 3rd position though. He's got the 5-second penalty though. This is going to be so close at the end. Couple of trading places there between Saf and Sparks. Sparks doesn't want to battle too much with having the 20-second of penalties. He's going to drop quite a bit. He doesn't want to ruin his race, although he wants to finish as high up as he can. T-Bird and Kez are there swapping. T-Bird getting past Kez's AI. Kez are all the way back down in 10th position now. Ginnett is now in and on his way back out. Super Softs. He's going to come out in 5th spot. Spaceman now jumps in. On to the Super Softs. In and out. Where's he going to be? 11th. Come out in 11th. If he can catch up to Kaz, he's basically got Keza there as well. I don't know why it says Sambert's overtaken somebody. Oh, and Sparks has come off. Oh, we got damage there as well. Maybe not. No, just saved it. Just saved it. Grumpy, it's got to be time to pit. Or have you just pit enough time? I think you're not allowed to pit in the first 3, is it? And he would have pit on... I'm going to check the race director there. It says he's 13 old lap tyres. Pit stops. Grumpy. Lap 2. So I think he's going to have to pit again. I could be wrong, but I think he's got to. Yeah, Sparks jumps into the pits. Oh, he's on his way out of the pits. Just some fresh tyres maybe, possibly for the fastest lap. There's 4 to go. The track is well worn. Super soft tyres. Oh, and another 5-second penalty for Sparks. It's not your day, mate. Crossing that white line. I mean, if Grumpy's not being told he's got to pit, then stay out. But I thought you couldn't pit in the first 3. You know, I don't know. He's made up 10 seconds on George or Jim anyway, so Grumpy could be the Catman to ruin George or Jim's streak. Guinnett with a new fastest lap with a 15.5. He's not massively catching up to Safkov though. Keeping it around that 1.5 second, 1.6-ish. Sam Barrett in the pits again. That's crack-a-lacking. This has got to be a fastest lap attempt. All these late pit stops, thinking they're not going to get a decent result, so we'll get a fastest lap. Got to be. Not quite dead last, but he's not far from it. It's not very often Sam Barrett's in the double digits. Grumpy almost lapping BA Dubs. Almost. He's made 9 seconds on George. George looks like, I'm sure it was 10 before, so he's caught up a little bit. George or Jim has got Safkov and Guinnett just behind though, and then a big gap from 4th to 5th. We'll stick with this little group at the minute. Looks like Spaceman might be going for one on Kethers's AI. Send it, buddy, send it! Send it! There we go. Oh, keep it clean. There we are. Sparks just behind, look. New fastest lap now, 15.4. They're all going for it. Oof, I thought he was going to attempt that. Manages to take him down the straight, I think. Oh, looks like both slowed down, and Kethers's AI has just sent it. What's cracking there? Oh, yellow flag 1 and 2. What are you slowing down for? Is that the game telling you you've got to give the overtake back? I think we've had a bit of a game glitch there. That was strange to watch. And Grumpy has jumped into the pits again. I think I was correct. Onto the super soft he goes. Drops down to 4th. Guinnett, Safkov, side by side. Out of turn 3. Looks like Guinnett's going to keep it. Safkov's on the inside. Look at that. You're only helping George or Jim there. Although you've got the better tyre, technically. I'm not willing him to lose at all, by any means. Let's have a look at penalties. Safkov only on 3 though. Guinnett's on 9. George or Jim on 5. So Safkov only has to be within 2 seconds of George or Jim, and he's got the win. Grumpy's got a lot of time to make up there after pitting. Looks like he's sealed his 4th place, barring any problems. Guinnett goes for one on turn 1. Hold his line and keeps it, but back comes George on it. Side by side, up the long straight. Guinnett's on the quicker tyre, fresher tyre. Safkov goes up the inside, gets a bit caught out there, has to brake quite hard by the looks of it. George or Jim keeps it in second after the Guinnett overtaking turn 1, but that was close. Sparks is out of the race. Too many penalties, buddy. That's super unfortunate. Stay in the session. Keza didn't use the required compounds. The AI pit for him. Well, never mind. That's an odd one. And as we come round the final 2 corners, I think the race is Safkov's. after the penalties, but Guinnett will cross the line in first position. George or Jim second, Safkov third, and there we go. As I predicted, Safkov does take the win from George or Jim. Good battling there at the end from those three. Nice, clean, good, tight battling. Grumpy Catman fourth, Jalen in fifth. Good result there, buddy. T-Bird sixth from the back. That's a good result. Kaz in seventh, but jumps up to fifth with the lack of penalties in comparison. Spaceman will cross the line in eighth position. BA Dubs ninth. Rusty 10th. And Sam Barrett we already have crossed the line in 11th. Just waiting for the last two to cross the line. There's BA Dubs. Here comes Rusty. So the fastest lap will be Guinnett from the top 10. As I think Sparks got it in the end but then got disqualified, so Guinnett gets the fastest lap with a 15.5. Technically. Spaceman is on pole. We love to see it. We love to see the Spaceman on pole. There's Safkov. Yep, there we go. So get it with the fastest lap with a 1:15.5. But your run through, we've got Safkov in first place, George or Jim second, Guinnett rounds off your podium spots in third, Grumpy in fourth, Kaz jumps to fifth after penalties, Jalen in sixth, T-Bird in seventh, Spaceman in eighth, BA Dubs ninth, Rusty Alcan 10th, Sam Barrett 11th, and the bottom three did not finish. Come on, sing it. Ooh. Oh. So Safkov breaks the race streak of George or Jim. George is going to want to retaliate in the sprint race. So here we are for your sprint race. There seems to be no noise, but there's 5 lights. Are we going? There we go, we're off. We are off for the sprint race here in Austria. Spaceman in pole position. We love it. We like to see it. He's our Spaceman. Goes a little bit right around turn 1, but does keep his position. We've had a bit of a knock in turn 1 as well. It's Rusty. His weekend isn't going so good. Come on, buddy, you can pull it back. T-Bird does get past Spaceman eventually down the long straight into turn 3. Looks like Jalen might squeeze on the inside. No, Spaceman, good defending in second. Another long straight though. Jalen's going to be a late breaker. You can just see it around the inside. Oh, and Spaceman goes off. He goes off. No, not our Spaceman. All the way down to 12th, buddy. All the way down to 12th. T-Bird keeps his first spot. Jalen up to second now then. Kaz in third. Guinnett in 4th. Safkov 5th. George Orcham 6th. Sam Barrett 7th. Grumpy Catman in 8th. Battling with Sparks. Let's keep a little eye on this. Yeah. It's a tight line to take. If someone's on the inside, you're always going to overdo it and lose your line. It's like, is Keza in? If he's not, his AI's on a good run. So quite clean then through lap 1. No major issues apart from Rusty spinning and Spaceman throwing himself off, dropping 10 places. George or Jim and Kaz battling out of the first tight left-hander, side by side down the straights. It's like George might just keep position there into the second tight left-hander. Looks like Sparks around the outside of Kaz. Great move there. On for the inside. Ooh, bit of a jump by Sam Barrett. We saw it. Thinks with the first penalty. Let's see, what tyres have we got? Everybody, nobody has to pit this time, so it is what it is. I'm not 100% sure them Super Softs go 14 laps, but we will see. We will see. DRS is now enabled at the start of lap 3. Keza and Sam Barrett battling there. That'll be difficult. Sam Barrett's going on a wobbler. And I don't mean he's losing control. Oh, in between cars. Sort it out. Come on, Sammy. Oh, Jalen going for the inside of T-Bird. And he takes it. Jalen now first position. Guinnett having a sniff as well, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull it back. T-Bird now on the inside, going into the left hand. That's a tough place. Easy to come off there, easy to lose it there. We've had Grumpy now have a spin. Have we not got damage on? Because it's not showing me that it's damaged. But it looked like he was in the barrier. What's going on there? So we've got T-Bird, Jalen and Guinnett, your top 3 so far. Very, very close. T-Bird sitting duck with the DRS on, but he manages to keep it ahead into turn 1, keeping his long line. We'll stay with him up the long straight, see if any moves can be made. Guinnett sends it. Absolute send there. He loses it though. He does send it wide with a late break. What a throw. He threw his car in there. Doesn't quite manage to pull it off though, and Safkov has gained a little bit of place on him round the outside. Front and back, front and back. A little bit on the grass there by Safkov, gives Guinnett the position back. We've got Kaz and Ziggs having a bit of a 1-2. Kaz in the car of young Mick Schumacher, who is now fully fledged F1 racer. You'll love to see it. Very close this time. Sprint race very close. DRS back open for every car down to 7th. And again down the second long straight. One move to defend. Jalen looking around the inside, coming into turn 3. Just edge ahead. Oh, goes for a bit of a wobble, goes wide. Looks like he's kept position though. Ginnett's having a look. Oh, it looks like T-Bird is in. Oh, and T-Bird is gone. He is gone. He's gone. He lost his front, his wheel, and probably his helmet too. That was some close battling there. That was bound to happen. That is so unfortunate, T-Bird. In it with a 5 second for ignoring the flags. He's managed to be the big winner out of that, now in first place. T-Bird was behind the 2 cars. So I think he may have just been tangled. Didn't look like anything malicious, but we have Keza in the pits. Unsure if it's real Keza or AI Keza. Rusty oil can with the drive-through. Speeding under VSC. You can't serve it under VSC. It has gone though, so hopefully, just in time and be able to serve it. Oh, he's retired, I think. Looks like he's retired, doing his drive-through. We have another yellow flag. That will be Rusty coming out of the pits, I would imagine. Jalen has managed to get ahead of Ginnett. I missed that. Kaz and Georgia Jim are fighting for position. Georgia Jim loses 2 positions there. The comment came up on screen, but it's not come up on the video. So I can't quite finish reading what it was saying. George Jim now in the pits. Do we have damage? Oh, one speeding in the pit lane. And that's a retirement. Definitely a retirement there by George Jim. If you're going to retire, do it in the pit lanes. You don't have to pit Sparks, but maybe going for the fastest lap again. He did technically get it last race, but with him not finishing the race, he doesn't get the point. Very, very close at your front 3 again. Safkov in there again. Jalen, Ginnett. There's a back marker car there of somebody. Who is it? Where are you, bugger? Don't even bring them up. Is that Rusty's car still going round? What do you think? And Ginnett, fastest lap. Can he retain it for the rest of the race? We will see. Sparks with his new super softs does pick up a 3 penalty. Oh, another. He's got 8 seconds of penalties actually, so he needs to make that time up or he's going to drop again. Safkov and Jalen. Jalen keeps position. Jalen just needs to keep it clean, and it looks like he should have the race win. No penalties so far. I don't want to jinx him, but good result. I'm not sure if Kez is actually driving. He hasn't got an X by his name, so I'm guessing so. Sparks with a DNF. What's all that about? What happened to Sparks? Just disappeared. Some gaps forming now late on in the race. We've got 6 laps left, 5 laps left. No, 6 laps, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, 6 laps. Yeah, AI don't get penalties, that's definitely Keza driving. Ooh, nothing much happening now. Front three still the 3 closest. Jalen down to 3rd. Sorry, I was just on Discord about something. But it's still penalty free. So at the minute he's still the race winner if it stays like this. With 4 to go. Any other battles anywhere else on the track other than Safkoff and Jalen? Just needs to stay close and clean and within those track limits. I think my standings are stuck. There's no way he's been 3/10 all the way through. Although everything else is changing. There we go. Slight ups and downs. Now half a second. And he picks up a 3 second as well. So now it's Safkov's race. Jalen would need to get past Safkov and gain 3 seconds in the final 3 laps, and I don't think that's going to happen. So at the minute, Safkov would be your race winner. with Guinnett having 11 seconds of penalties. Sam Barrett and Grumpy Catman, the only ones that are penalty free. But both I was going to say both too far behind. I was just working it out with Sam Barrett. Sam Barrett would overtake Jalen at the end, with him only being 2 seconds behind. So in a minute, your podium would be Safkov, Sam Barrett, Jalen, I think, with Guinnett just missing out. Obviously, Sam Barrett's got to keep it clean all the way to the end. 2 laps to go. Jalen's got the DRS. Safkov with the inside line. Jalen with a purple sector 1. Oh, and he's gone for a wobble and he's off. He's in the wall. Ah, that's so unlucky there, Jalen. Oh, I don't believe we've just seen that. His wing looked intact, but he smashed into that wall there. There's no way. There is no way. I don't know if it's a glitch in the game or what, but he definitely took his wing out. Why did Sam Barrett give position back? It's a strange occurrence. Well, he's staying out, so maybe he didn't. It looked like he smashed that wall and bounced backwards. I don't know. That was odd. I'm a bit confuzzled about what happened there. Spaceman on Kaz. Go on, buddy. Turn on your nitrous. Round the outside. Gets past him on the straight. Looks like Kaz just let him past there. He has got the extra penalty, Spaceman, so there's no reason for Kaz to battle. He'll take that position back over the line anyway. Sam Barrett would still get the final podium position at the minute, but Safkov would be your race winner if things stay as they are. That's 14 seconds now for Guinnett as he comes around the final corner, crosses the line to finish the sprint race. He does finish in first, but he will drop due to penalties. Safkov crosses, does overtake Guinnett. I think that's it. I think that's your top 2 there. I don't think Guinnett will drop again. No, there's Jalen Cross, but he does drop to 4th place there. Sam Barrett takes 3rd spot for the final podium positions. As we said, Kaz does retake Spaceman with the penalties there, so 5th place position again for Kaz. 2 very good races there for that driver. Spaceman in 6th, Keza in 7th, Grumpy in 8th, and BA Dubs coming around the final, I was going to say the final long straight before the home straight, but around the penultimate corner and around the final corner to finish the race in 9th position. Sam Barrett is the game's driver of the day. That is also a double win for Safkov. Well done, buddy. That means he is the overall winner of the weekend. We'll have a little watch of Safkov there with his teammate in 3rd spot, Sam Barrett. Guinnett just separating that out. Guinnett Guinness in the middle of an art sandwich. There we are. Soak him, drown him, and you'll get your position back. There we go. So Guinness with the fastest lap again. 1:15.2 this time. Safkov, Guinness, Sam Barrett are your podium sitters. Jalen in 4th, Kaz in 5th, Spaceman 6th, Kez in 7th, Grumpy in 8th, BA Dubs 9th. Ziggs technically gets, oh no, there we go, did not finish. Down to 14th. That's George or Jim's probably worst result of the season so far. Super unfortunate. He's got next week to pull it back. I'm just going to check where we are next week. Next week for F2. We are at Monza, Italy. Always a good race there. Easy penalties. Again, one of the favourites for most drivers. That rounds up your day here at Austria for our F2. I'm Johnny 5. This was JKeSports. And good night.